Alright, I'm Anthony Cole from JCAD Pictures. This is my question 7, and in this question I'll be analysing the difference between our preliminary task and our main film. Firstly, it's music. There's a significant difference between the task and film. That is, the music in the preliminary task is, in my opinion, shocking, even though I wrote it. It was made on GarageBand, so you're very limited on GarageBand with the choice of sounds that we could use. Secondly, the music doesn't really fit in with the film because you had to choose these certain melodic sequences, and so in total it was not very good. We learnt from this that composing and arranging your own music for a film is a lot better than trying to find rhythmic patterns that go with each other and go with a film. We also learnt about, in an opening scene, you don't need much dialogue compared to the rest of the film, as this can help be more ambiguous.
I'll be there.
In mise en scène, we went sort of all out in our movie, going to 2 different locations to create tension and feeling. In the preliminary task, we struggled to go to location. We were just stuck in the school, and so you sort of didn't have much difference to travel to. Whereas with the actual movie, we had more freedom, so we could travel to different locations to create different scenes, which in total could help bring our film together. The costumes as well weren't as ragtag as they were in the preliminary task. In the film, they were more thought about, more researched, so we knew what people would think and would know who the hero and villain is. Whereas in the preliminary task, I was standing there with a balaclava and sunglasses. Also, well, what we learned from that is, with our research, what people would expect to see in a character and how they think someone would appear. With our camera work, in the preliminary task, our camera shots, we were told, were alright and rather good for just us being beginners. But because of our limited knowledge, we were not able to find more advanced camera shots. Whereas in our film, we knew a lot more camera shots and were able to improve our film. Our point of view shot, which was very difficult to do whilst running, is an example of how well we learned from our research. And also, that brings me on to my next point, our ability in filming all these shots, as in some of our shots they could seem a bit shaky, whereas in our film they're nice and still. Also, we learnt about the flow of each shot, making sure that they don't jump about and you don't go from one place to another really quickly, which in total would make the film more interesting and more flowing. With characters, the acting in the film was a lot better than that of the preliminary task. This is because we had got people who did drama to act in our film, whereas in the preliminary task there was 2 people who weren't very good at drama. This is because we know that you want more experienced actors to be in a film rather than just new people who don't know anything about drama. Also, our actors in our film seem to be more ordinary than that of the preliminary task. They seem more like it could happen to anyone else, whereas in the preliminary task it didn't seem like that. This is because we had done our research on what people expected, so this allowed us more insight into our audience. Setting. In our preliminary task there was no real setting. We struggled to create a setting because we were stuck in the school. You sort of just looked like you were in a school. We had learnt the importance of setting, how it can make the film more better. So setting in our film is Slovakia, which is a more sort of tension-seeking dangerous place to go. Location as well, like I've been saying, we were stuck in the school, so we only had one location. We struggled to create a more vast setting. So what we learned from the preliminary task is the importance of location and how it can create a perfect setting in a film.